This is the Beyond the Box dumbbell workout. Before you get into it, check out the Instagram post or the BestBox app for the warm-up. Want to make sure you're getting ready for the workout by increasing your heart rate, increasing your body temperature, and maybe you're starting to sweat a little bit before you get into it. For the strength portion today, we are working on building up to a heavy 2 touch and go reps per arm with the dumbbell snatch. The dumbbell snatch is taking the dumbbell from the floor to an overhead position in one smooth move. So we're passing from the floor, we're passing right overhead and getting underneath of it and standing it up. What that's going to look like from the floor, we want to make sure that we are pulling from with both dumbbells on the floor, and we're returning both dumbbells to the floor when we stand it up, when we put it back down. So as I stand it up, overhead, stand up, down, touch, go again. Do 2 on one arm, then 2 on the other. So it's 2 per arm per set. Work on adding weight, get heavy. If we need to do a little bit of a warm up, I like to work on my hip drive. So a quick little warm up that I would do with light weight as I lead into my heavy dumbbell snatches would be a deadlift shrug of the shoulder, deadlift shrug high pull into a snatch. And that's kind of how I would sequence my warm-up as I get into the heavier weights. Once you're done all those sets of 2 per arm, you found something heavy from the strength portion, we're going to lighten the load a little bit, and we'll move into the Metcon. The Metcon is a 12-minute AMRAP of 10 alternating pistols or single leg squats, 20 alternating dumbbell snatches. RX weight for the men is a 50-pound dumbbell. RX weight for the ladies is a 35-pound dumbbell. And then finish off the round with 10 hand release push-ups. Take a look at the alternating pistols. Alternating pistols is an alternating single leg squat. So as I go down into my squat, I want my hip to pass below my knee, and I want to as I go down, I'm going to get into a little bit of a ball, and my front foot should not touch the ground. So as I go down, and then stand up. I would then, upon the completion of a good rep, move to the next leg. And alternating between legs as I go into those 10 pistols. Now, if I can't get down to that position, it would help to get a little bit of height underneath the heel, so I can shift my heel up. So some heel elevated single leg squats. Having that heel elevated and being more on your toes is going to help you get into that single leg squat. If you need to, you could also get a bench or a box or a chair or a stool, and you can squat down to a box or stool and do like single leg box squats or single leg squats to some seated position. Moving into the dumbbell snatches, those dumbbell snatches, now we are switching and alternating every rep. So it starts on one side, switch on the way down for efficiency, and then as you make that change, it's a touch and go rep, or you can choose to switch on the bottom after you put the weight back down. I'll show you both transitions that you can do. So from the transition on the way down, switch on the way down, and then it's a touch and go. Make sure both ends of the dumbbell touch the floor, or you can switch on the ground. Definitely a lot slower when you switch on the ground, but if you get confused switching in transition when you're dropping the weight down, then choose to switch on the floor. And then the last movement, those 10 hand release push-ups. Hand release push-ups, chest all the way to the floor, lift the hands off the ground, stay engaged, keep your midline tight, plant, and press back up to a high plank position or to the top of the push-up. For those 10 reps, if you need to, you can push up from your knees, focus on squeezing your glutes, pushing your hips forward, down, hands off, plant, press. If you're not able to get all the way to the floor, or it's too hard to get pushed off the floor, then bring the floor up to you. Give yourself a target to go down to, still touching your chest to the target. Maybe that's a thick book, maybe it's a cushion, maybe it's a mat or an ab mat, something. If you have something that you can use to essentially raise the floor up to you, then use that object to assist you in the hand release push-ups. So just to recap, the Metcon is a 12-minute AMRAP. So as many rounds and reps as possible of 10 alternating pistols, 20 alternating dumbbell snatches, and 10 hand release push-ups. Your time is the amount of rounds and reps that you can complete in that 12-minute time frame. Get after it and have fun.